Hello. It's been a while. I've had track, and I'm just worn out. I have practice from 4:30 to 6:30 Monday through Friday, so I just lack the energy to do videos consistently. So my bad. I had just woke up like about a minute or two ago because I was watching a Naruto fight while finishing this script, and then I fucking fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, the fuck? So after I get this video out, I'm probably going to go to bed even though it's only like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. But anyways, I also don't have the time to watch seasonals because of track. Aside from Erased and Showa, so I'll only be covering those two this week. And to make up for No Ajin, Durarara, Gundam Thunderbolt, or Dimension W, I will probably talk a little bit about the shows that I finished recently throughout the week. Those are Hyoka, Seirei no Moribito, Big Windup, and Trust and Betrayal. Hopefully I'll have the energy to get those videos out during the week, and if I don't, well, too bad. One other thing before we start is that I will no longer be scoring episodes on a week-by-week basis, at least not for this season, and here's why. Recently, Erased has been catching a lot of flack due to that anime snob's hate train and the sheer fucking stupidity of episode 5. I did not do an overview last week, mainly because episodes 5 and 6 of Erased seemed so out of place that I expected episode 7 to explain events such as Satoru going back to the present, or why Irie opened up the fucking door to her bedroom when the house was on fire. Plot hole with that is that if she touched the doorknob, it would have burned her hand anyways, and she would have known not to open it, and she saw smoke from the bottom of the door. But back to the thing about not scoring episodes. Because of the inconsistency in quality of Erased's episodes, I assumed the show was going to go on a downhill spiral, and I also began to think that the ending and the solving of the mystery of the show was going to be very stupid and anticlimactic, and as a result, I caught up to chapter 38 of the manga. I now know how things go down in the manga, and frankly, I just don't want what I read to affect the score of what I'm actually watching. So that's mainly why I'm not scoring any more of this season until it's over. Now we can actually talk about this week's episode, which I thought was pretty well done. There were a couple of issues I had, however, one which was at the beginning of the episode. When Satoru screamed, his facial expression did not match the tone of his voice. He was desperate, but the voice actor just sounded like he voice cracked, and it was extremely immersion breaking for me, and I find that to be an issue. Another issue I had was with the cliffhanger at the end of the episode. Now, hear me out. I don't have an issue with cliffhangers in general, as long as they're not done like how they were in Tokyo Ghoul Season 1, they're for the most part fine by me. The problem comes when every week ends in a cliffhanger because the episode in mystery then becomes predictable. All you have to do is wait for the last 2 minutes of the episode so you have context surrounding the episode and think of the worst thing that could possibly happen. These cliffhangers in the first 4 episodes worked perfectly, as they were actually unexpected. After 7 episodes, however, the amount of cliffhangers was just excessive. The writing of Revival is also very lazy, and this is starting to piss me and a lot of other people off as well. We all knew that the power was written lazily for the sake of plot convenience when the author needed it, and for the most part, I think the audience of the show was fine with that. It was a problem that we could accept. What I and many others can't accept is that Satoru basically cried until he got what he wanted, like how Chibi cried about his copyright strike until it went away. If he can't control the power, he can't control the power. You can't just let him go back because the plot says so. This isn't Fate Zero. You can't do that. You can't do that. Aside from those issues, the animation and art were nice, the soundtrack was soothing and fitting, the directing was really well done, the character development of Satoru was very well executed, and we learned a bit more about Kenya, which made him a little more of an interesting character. He's not interesting, really, but it's better than what we had before, I guess. Also, it's obvious to tell who the killer is, and if you don't know by now, you may need a doctor. Showa is that good. That anime snob just made a video on why shows get hyped during the normal anime watching season. And it reminded me that Showa is not even in the top 10 most watched seasonals on Kiss Anime. This show has been receiving absolutely no hype, and it definitely is lacking a solid fan base, which it deserves. A couple of weeks ago, I said that we'd see a different side of Bone, due to him finding his own style of Rakugo and being loosened up as a person thanks to Miyokichi. What I didn't expect was for him to be the biggest savage of 2016 by not only leaving Hatsutaro without telling him, but also for pushing back the woman begging for his dick since 1738. He's got no soul. No soul. Not much has happened recently that's honestly worth talking about. The dialogue stayed great and the drama was slightly more interesting, but we haven't really gone anywhere with the show, and as a result, there's not much for me to praise or criticize. The pacing is slow, but this show is entertaining, so I don't really mind. And the characterization is top notch, so the characters keep me glued to the screen. Next week seems to be when the big twists are actually happening with this show, if you actually saw the PV at the end of the episode, so I'm excited. Right now, Showa is definitely my anime of the season, even though there's not much I can really say about it that I haven't already said before. And that's about all I have to say for this week. I know it's not much, but I will attempt to get more videos out during the week since I am very behind on the seasonals besides Erased and Showa. Hopefully this week I can get out a video giving my quick thoughts on Moribito, Big Windup, or Hyoka. If I do get one of these videos out, it won't be a review, but probably around a 3-minute synopsis of my thoughts or on the show or something like that. So yeah, I will see you guys later. I'm going to edit this video and I am going to take a fucking nap in ice because I'm sore. Bye bye. Deuces. Also, for those of you who don't know, I was on a couple of Nino podcasts. I was on 2 of them. So go ahead and check out his channel if you want to see 2 fellow coons interact. And yeah, that's all. Now I'm really gone. I need to go back to the cotton field. Deuces. Sorry, bastard.